Assalamu alaikum, Sheikh.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah.
Sheikh, I have a question about when I do something and I don't know if it is haram or is my prayer invalid or so on. And for example, when I want to ask you, because I trust you and the other sheikhs, for example, I don't trust them, and this takes some time when I have an answer of you. For example, ask that is only in the weekend, and I want to ask you, how should I act when I don't know, for example, the verdict? Should I be rather safe than sorry, or should I wait until, for example, you give me the answer?
First of all, the religion of Allah Azza wa Jal is not dependent on a particular single individual. And it's wrong to limit yourself only, I'm going to ask Sheikh so-and-so. And if there is no contact with him, I will wait until I get to contact him. This is not true and not correct. Maybe shaitan will come and say, yeah, but the Sheikh says you must not cherry pick. This is not cherry picking. Cherry picking is when I go and select the easiest of opinions, not based on Quran and Sunnah, rather based on my whims and desires. But when I can't access Sheikh so-and-so, I'll go to the second in command. I'll go to the Imam of the Masjid. I'll go to a scholar that I may not agree with everything, but I agree with him in the basics. He's a Muslim, he's from Ahlus Sunnah wal Jama'ah. So if I have to ask him about the validity of the salat, the validity of the wudu, if something is halal or haram, where I am not following my whims and desires, rather he is the only accessible person, I shouldn't wait for ask that. Even though, alhamdulillah, we have islamqa.info. You can access it any time of the day and night, and you will most likely find your answer there. You have to start to seek knowledge. And I'm not talking about being a scholar, because this is not everything everyone could do or achieve. I'm talking about the basics of Islam, the things that you require to have knowledge of in your daily life. How to pray, how to fast. If you have money, how to give zakat. What is this? What is that? What is halal? What is haram? What are the foods that we should not get close to and we must avoid? And the likes. And this is easily done with the grace of Allah by registering in Zad Academy. And we've said this so many times. Zad Academy is a 2-year program that you can learn on your own pace from the comfort of your home. You see the lectures and you learn from it, from a YouTube and the likes. You get textbooks downloaded in a PDF. All of this is free of charge. You don't pay a penny. And it is under the umbrella of islamqa.info. So the knowledge you get is 100, inshallah, % trusted. In addition, that those who teach the Islamic subjects, and you get 7 subjects every semester with quizzes, midterms, and final, those who teach are those you usually trust. Dr. Muhammad Salah, Dr. Ahmed Saifuddin, Dr. Ibrahim Zaidan. I personally am privileged to teach in the English course 2 subjects every semester, the Seerah and Fiqh. And in the Arabic course, I teach only the Seerah. So you could learn, and hopefully by accomplishing and finishing these 2 a year course, you won't be coming to ask Zad that frequently, because now you learn, you know how to research and find the right answer for your own self. Is it mandatory to divide the Udhiyah into 3 parts? No, it's not mandatory. It is recommended. Some of the companions recommended it, but it's not mandatory. You eat a little bit of it, and then if you wish to give it all, or to keep most of it and give a bit to the poor, or you divide it into 3, which is the best thing to do, but it's not mandatory.